Call the board meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Consideration of agenda items. Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Chair, I have one additional item to add under administration is H, and that is to increase temporary hours for a half-time child support officer. This is a temporary increase up to 20 hours per week. Oh, excuse me, from 20 hours per week to 28 hours per week through March of 2019.
Any other additions or corrections?
Mr. Chair, I have none.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve with the addition.
Motion by Commissioner Kruger, second by Commissioner Polmeyer. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Motion by Commissioner Szymanski. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Wright. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Payment of the bills.
Mr. Chairman, I move the payment of the bills.
Motion by Commissioner Szymanski, second by Commissioner Kruger to pay for the payment of the bills. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, we just met a week ago, but we'll update our calendars from over the last week.
Okay. Since the last one, on the 20th, we had the ag recycling update at the solid waste building, and then I was in the morning also went to the regional transportation Mid-Minnesota meeting in Guenco, talking about transportation regarding public transportation and trying to get and private moving people in the proper places. So that's all I've got for last week.
Okay, the agricultural recycling meeting, which I think it was a good discussion. I think we've maybe found a direction for McLeod County to go, and there seems to be a number of different ideas going around the state, but I've yet to hear the best one yet, I guess. So all we can do is try and work with our own local issues here, producers, and we'll see how it goes, and maybe somebody will finally have a good idea out there to help us out with this issue. But at this time, it seems like there's just a lot of uncertainty as far as what kind of market there is, and of course there's how we're going to pay for it. So I think our direction of looking at incineration of this product is possibly the best route at this point in time, and so I think we'll kind of be working on a program for that for McLeod County, and come back to the board to see what we want to do with it. Christmas Eve, I think it was, we had a JD 11 meeting. Of course, McLeod County has just a very, very small fraction of benefits on this. Otherwise, it's Sibley County and Renville. And they went for the redetermination of benefits, but then we also had a lot of discussion as far as that whole watershed area, including Baker's Lake and all the related ditches and water concerns in that area. We are having a meeting with Baker's Lake property owners and DNR individuals upcoming in January, but it is a stretch of land that is so prone to flooding that it's going to be very difficult to figure out what the best options are. But it's a bad spot for everybody's water to go through, and water concerns are getting very expensive because we talk about them every time. So there will be a lot more information coming on that area, I think, as time goes on. So that's it for me.
The only thing I want to add is the Trailblazer meeting that we had last Wednesday. And a variety of topics were discussed, including the budget for 2019, and then there were some questions regarding Trailblazer helping out another transit system, but personally I think, and I don't want to speak for any other board members, I think the consensus was that, at least for now, that we need to make sure that Trailblazer is running solid, which it is. We before we can go out and help anybody else. It's too bad, but we apologize for it, but just not our role right now.
All right, Mr. Chairman, since our last board meeting, like Rich, I attended the ag recycling update at the solid waste facility here in Hutchinson, and listened to the concerns, and it's a problem that just doesn't seem to go away. It's going around trying to find the best solution, and the solution is the scarce thing in the whole process. Also that afternoon, I attended the regional transportation study provided by Minnesota Development, and they are working on trying to put together a network of transit providers that those most in need of public transit have access to it at the most affordable price. So look forward to that study moving forward. That is it, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, I attended the Social Services Board meeting after our regular meeting on the 18th. I also attended Trailblazers. Commissioner Nagel covered that. The Glencoe Transportation study on the 19th in the Glencoe City Center. It was well attended, and they're basically, it's a study that's going to run for several, probably a month, 6 weeks, but or longer, to just different ideas on how to, what roads are safest and which are the options to get through Glencoe in a safe manner, and what Department of Transportation, which intersections they're going to work on. On the same day, on the 19th, I had my HRA meeting up in the North Complex. Also attended the Ag Bag meeting in the MRF. Commissioner Wright commented on that. The Region 6 Transportation Study, mid-Minnesota, on the 20th. The only comment I'd like to make, I wasn't at the Ditch 4 meeting, but I have been copied on the meeting we're going to have with Baker's Lake, and I'm pretty much, I mean, this is kind of important. This has been kicked down the road for 30, 40 years, but I've reached out to invite Sibley County, Renville County, the High Island watersheds. I mean, there's some different things here that really need to be addressed. We just play hot potato with the whole subject, and we need to kind of find some resolution to what we're going to do with the inlets and outlets to Baker's Lake. Brings us up to today.
Is there anything?
No, I do not, Mr. Chair.
All right. Item A under administration.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chair. The first item is notification of the kickoff meeting with the architect next Wednesday on January 2nd at 10:30 at the courthouse. Item B, reminder of the notification of swearing in the elected officials on January 8th at 8 a.m. prior to the board meeting at the Glencoe City Center. We have, I believe, Judge Winters is doing the swearing in for us, and so Commissioner Nagel and Cleveland will need to be there by 8 o'clock. The other commissioners are welcome too.
And the other elected officials.
Yes, they have been notified, yes. Item C, notification of the upcoming county board workshop to be held on January 8th following the county board meeting at the Glencoe City Center. Item D, this one needs to have action taken. We need to approve the 2019 final property tax levy and budget for the next year. So we have a levy set at $22,614,592. This was the levy that was set back in September, which is a 7.1% increase.
All right.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Wright. I'll second it. Any discussion?
I could just add, so the impacts that impact the 2019 budget, as you know, is salaries for the employees, personnel costs. We have added 6 new positions, and the increase in health insurance for 2019, as well as social services, rising costs in the programs.
The positions were for security and the social workers, right?
Right, and county attorney's office. And
Alright.
one in social services.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, item E, we also need to, before the end of the year, set the elected officials' salaries. Just to give you a little bit of history here, yesterday the Budget Committee met and we recommended the increases that you will see in front of you. We are being consistent with the elected officials as the non-union and union contracts have been settled, and that percentage was a 3%. So with that, we are recommending a 3% increase, but you need to take action on each one of the bullet points. And I believe Commissioner Nagel will read those, and then you can insert the dollar amount that's in front of you.
All right, so I'll have to go through each one of them, so bear with me.
Yes,
All right.
thank you.
Consider setting the 2019 salary pursuant to Minnesota Statute 388.18 for County Attorney Michael Young in the amount of $121,970 based upon the responsibilities and duties of the office and taking into account the experience, qualifications, and performance of the incumbent.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Colmeyer, second by Commissioner Wright. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consider setting the 2019 salary pursuant to Minnesota Statute 384.151, Auditor Treasurer Connie Kurtzwig in the amount of $85,000 based upon the responsibilities and duties of the office and taking into account the experience, qualifications, and performance of the incumbent.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Szymanski, second by Commissioner Kruger. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consider setting the 2019 salary pursuant to Minnesota Statute 387.20 for County Sheriff Scott Raymond in the amount of $93,072 based upon the responsibilities and duties of the office and taking into account the experience, qualifications, and performance of the incumbent.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wright, second by Commissioner Colmeyer. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consider setting the 2019 salary pursuant to Minnesota Statute 386.015 for County Recorder Lynette Schrupp in the amount of $79,606 based upon the responsibilities and duties of the office and taking into account the experience, qualifications, and performance of the incumbent.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Motion by Commissioner Szymanski. Second by Commissioner Kruger. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item F, we can just go into that, right?
Yes.
All right, consider approval to adopt resolution 18CV30 to set 2019 commissioner salaries per diem and mileage reimbursement rate. The salary will be set at $30,233. The per diem rate will stay the same as with the mileage.
Correct.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Wright, second by Commissioner Kruger. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And item G is consider approval to waive public works uncollected bills year end December 31st, 2018. So we have 4 bills here. John, the Public Works Director, is here if you've got any questions for him, but there's more bills that they would like to have waived totaling $1,544.92.
So stupid question, why we waive them?
Well, they're on our books as, as a highway expense that gets spread to the road, but we didn't collect for them. They're from past crashes or, when a criminal hits a sign or something, we try to collect the money from it. Those are probably 2 or 3 years old, 4 years old, and we just haven't been able to collect. They moved out of state and so forth, so that's the recommendation, that we gotta wait.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I kind of get that. I could wait for discussion too, but I kind of get that, but why? Is it just not worth, or Mr. Young, is it just not worth going after them? I mean, usually there's insurance or something, or do we collect the bigger share of these, or why do we even bother if we can't get the money back?
We try a couple of times, via letters and so forth. I don't know how much higher they actually goes with it. There's a cost of going after I get as well, I believe.
Mr. Chair, that was my question too when I saw this. I wasn't sure whether is it worth taking legal action on these people, or?
That's your call.
Mr. Chair, as this topic was coming through, I thought, what about sending it to a collection agency? I'm sure we would forego quite a bit of the revenue that we would collect if we used the collection agency on this.
That'd be my, Cindy, the total was around $1,500 or so.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I gotta think we're gonna spend at least half of that or more trying to hire someone to go after it. And my guess is some of those bills, we've tried to go after insurance and so forth, and they don't have insurance, and, yeah, they've just been.
Mr. Chair, I guess if that's stated, that I mean, I get the process, it costs too much to go after, but it starts in policy, why pay it if they just keep waiving them? I don't know how many, in the scheme of things, do we do 100 of these in 5 years, or do we do?
No, I don't think it's a lot. This is the first group I remember in a lot of years.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to approve the Public Works waiver of uncollected bills.
Motion by Commissioner Szymanski, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Wright, any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Right, open forum?
Nope, one more thing.
Oh, jeez, I forgot.
Social Services Director Gary Spinzanatic has asked that we increase the half-time child support officer from 20 hours to 28 hours for a temporary span of time until March of 2019.
So why, we tried not to add this last minute, is it just something that came up today, or did we?
It actually got missed, it was supposed to be on the agenda. It was talked about 2 weeks ago.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Szymanski, second by Commissioner Colmeyer, any discussion?
Yes, I don't know if Cindy can answer this, but this is just, it's not because some other person is reducing hours. It's
No.
just increasing hours.
Right, and it's, right, so with only working 20 hours a week, it was a learning curve type of thing. By working 28 hours, she could get more hands-on training, and then it would go back to 20 hours again. It has nothing to do with workload.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, now the open forum.
Yes, thank you.
And press relations, looking for a motion to recess until a board meeting January 8th, 2018 at 9 a.m. McLeod City Center.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Colmeyer, second by Commissioner Wright. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Happy New Year, everyone.